he's been talking about that to his team. You know, they're not the usual standards that his teams have had, but their goals are within reach.
Not referring to the announcers on the call.
One interesting note, they didn't double the post that time. That's normally a foregone conclusion with the Cavaliers.
And the extra possession leads to a bucket. Here's Boston College. The ball in the hands of Mekhi Ashton Langford, who's the top scorer for the Eagles. Bickerstaff on the baseline from Karnik.
Short passes, no dribbles, cuts. You're not going to penetrate that defense dribbling the basketball. I think he's the best on-ball defender that I've seen.
He finds Armaan Franklin, who gets a jumper to go, and we're level at 4. He's their second leading scorer at about 12 a game. Karnik going back to work on the physical Cafaro, and Karnik underneath. He's the Drexel transfer. He's been supplying a ton of rebounding recently. Didn't draw rim, so BC's got to get this up. DeMar Langford connects. Beekman and Clark, they have not scored so far, but Beekman finds Gardner, who's got 8.
That never changes. The scoring comes and goes.
Shot clock winding down. Brevin Galloway throws it up and hits from long range. Brevin Galloway. He had missed his last 19 threes, and of course that one goes down.
That's all it takes. You just want, as a shooter, you just want to see the ball go in the basket.
Armaan Franklin counters for Virginia. Cafaro's calling for it.
He really wants to turn over that left shoulder and get that hook right there.
And he does.
Great job.
Galloway launches and drains another. Brevin Galloway's second 3 for BC.
And he was absolutely amazing to watch in the post.
Franklin off the bounce. Very nicely done by Armaan Franklin, who's got 7 for Virginia.
And maybe he's being punished from that, but if you watched him play, his defensive ability on and off the ball is great.
Shedrick to the rim off the feed from Gardner.
DeMar should post him if he's going to attack him.
Beekman floats it. Bickerstaff blocks it, and Shedrick slams it. Here's Kanye Jones, a freshman who lost it. Virginia forces another turnover. They run. Clark launches. Yes!
A lot of dribbling and not a lot of passing.
Galloway forced into a contested shot. Bickerstaff an offensive rebound and putback.
That's been their best advantage right now. They've been able to get to the glass a few times.
They've had more turnovers than made buckets so far in the first half. Shedrick counters. He's got a half dozen to go along with 5 boards. With Bickerstaff out there with his foul trouble. Karnik, very physical. And he was fired up after scoring on Shedrick. And now less than 10 to shoot for DeMar Langford. Blew a tire on Gardner. Shot clock winding down. Karnik forced into a tough one, and he banks it in. Final 6 seconds. Virginia with it up 3. Clark. Hesitation on the baseline, and it goes for Kihei Clark.
You have to make notice of that and just keep attacking. It's an aggressive thing.
Franklin in the mid-range you were talking about.
5 games in 10 days is difficult for any team. NBA teams don't play that many games in 10 days.
Jayden Gardner is into double figures with 10.
That's what you're going to see. You want to see more of that. They're struggling in the half court.
Shedrick and a foul.
Great play.
Well, 6-0 run here from Virginia, and Karnik puts an end to that. 10 for Karnik. Gardner in the mid-range. Post is calling for it.
Yeah, they're trying to get it. Post wants to get a touch in the post. They got both of the centers in the game now.
And passing with one another, and Karnik scores again. Late shot clock here. Reece Beekman, now Kihei Clark. On the drive. Clark, yes!
Great finish and reverse layup. Test your mental toughness.
Statman turned it over. BC looking for early offense. Karnik.
Got to take advantage of the turnover. Get you out in transition.
They have forced BC into 10 turnovers and kept the Eagles to 35% shooting.
Really surprised with their ability to force BC to turn it over. BC usually doesn't turn it over as much, but
Karnik has a lot of strength in the post for BC, and he's got 16.
Great
High
pass.
low with Quentin Post. What a catch. And then he puts it in.
Earl Grant's in his defensive stance now. I think he's ready.
Beekman with a dump off for Gardner. And Ashton Langford with it. Matched up with Beekman, who strips it. Clark got tripped. Clark finishes anyway. Zachary triggers, hits. BC had missed 9 threes in a row before that make from Jayden Zachary.
Zachary has to be the guy with this lineup on the floor to get going. The other guys are more drivers.
They lost Franklin. Makes him pay.
He answered the bell.
DeMar Langford into the teeth of the defense, and he scores. He's got 7. Langford. Tough shot over Gardner. It's been good to see, though, that Cafaro has returned to the Virginia bench.
Yes, he's up cheering his teammates on, which is a good sign.
Makai Ashton Langford scores his first points. Franklin and Gardner, very good free throw shooters as well. Gardner got his own miss. A third time, he goes up and scores, and a foul.
Now you got to start launching threes if you're Boston College.
Ashton Langford cuts it to 8. Kicks it out towards Zachary. Galloway driving. He's blocked by Shedrick.
Great
and
block.
An exclamation point from Kadin Shedrick. Final few seconds tick off. Virginia wins it 67-55 over Boston College.